All right, first of all, the one thing I've noticed ever since that Hannibal game, it seems like you guys really picked up a lot of momentum, obviously getting a few wins on the table here. What do you feel like changed with your group?
Oh, I don't know if anything changed. It's just experience and the value of experience with an inexperienced team, I should say. We didn't have a lot of starters coming back from last year's team, and Hannibal was a really good week one opponent. And not that we didn't practice hard, not that we weren't ready. It just kind of snowballed against us, and a young team made a lot of mistakes. And they're still a confident group. They're still a talented group. And as coaches, we just got back to the drawing board and just found ways that we could better utilize the talent on our team and put them in positions to be successful. And I think we've done a good job with that. And we've been able to rattle off 3 good wins. So very, very, very proud of the team, and very, very happy with the progress we've made.
Well, especially for kids who didn't necessarily, as you mentioned when I first interviewed before the season started, like didn't get a lot of snaps last year. What can you say that these snaps, these game time snaps, has done for these kids, and how do you feel like they've grown from them?
Oh, you see improvement each and every week, and I think that's all you can ask for as a coach, to challenge them each and every week to improve, and to see that progress on the field. And it's the result of the hard work and practice and all those things that you preach as a coach. Practice really, really matters. And, how we play on Friday night is going to be a reflection of how we practice throughout the week. And I think as they gain experience, as they gain confidence, they're just executing at a little bit higher level and improving because of it. So just, there was, and you said it right, there just wasn't a whole lot of experience last year. I think we were limited to about 3.5 junior varsity games last year. And most of these kids were junior varsity kids last year. So, imagine only playing 3.5 football games last year. And so a lot of them didn't have no varsity experience and very little junior varsity experience. So it's a work in progress. They're growing, they're improving, and, very, very proud of the way we were able to bounce back.
Obviously, it's tough to, compare kids ever or anything like that. But what can you say about Drew Miller, and, how do you feel like he fits into this offense with things you've had in the past as well?
Well, Jake Weaver was a 3-year starting quarterback, and Jake brought a lot to the table, not just experience, but very explosive runner. Drew is probably a little better passer, a little more comfortable in the pocket throwing the football. It's the experience that he's going to gain here this season as a junior. That's you really see growth in him each and every day. That's going to really dictate how well we do this year, and set him up for next year. He's a 6'3", 215, very, very talented, very athletic kid. He just needs more game reps and more game snaps. And you see that steady improvement by him too. And, he's got all the tools to be a great quarterback for us. And we have all the confidence in the world in him running our offense. And, he's a different quarterback than Jacob Weaver was, but, he has a different set of skill sets that can sure move our offense down the field, score points, and be successful for us.
Well, when you look at Rockbridge, what are some things, off the bat you see? Obviously a solid team. So what are some things off the bat you see from them?
Well, Rockbridge is the typical Rockbridge team, very well coached, plays very, very hard. We have a ton of respect for the Rockbridge program. We have, for the past 40 years since we've been playing them. And, I think it's one of our biggest rivals, if not our biggest rival. It's a typical Rockbridge team. They're going to play solid defense, multiple on defense, multiple fronts, blitzes, pressure, play a lot of man covers on the backside. Offensively, they have a 3-year quarterback, a 3rd-year starting quarterback, very talented offensive club. They can hurt you on the ground, hurt you in the air, RPO game. It's going to require absolute best effort on Friday night. I think special teams will play a really big role in this game as well.
When you look at, you kind of touched on it a little bit, this kind of rivalry that seems to have grown from this. What's the message to maybe these younger kids who haven't obviously played in the game up to this, in the limelight like this? What's the message to these kids keeping it normal?
Well, it's certain weeks just mean more, and you don't have to say anything as a coach. And Rockbridge is one of those games for us. What makes a great high school rivalry? It's the back and forth, the successes, the failures, and when you look at, I was trying to figure this out the other day, when you look at Rockbridge Helias over the last 36 meetings. That's kind of where I figured out where we'd be meeting wise. I think we're pretty close to 18-18. We might have a slight edge. It might be 19-17, but it's really, really close. I know when my dad retired back in 1998, he and John Hentges, really good friends, they played each other, I think, 18 times. I think they were 9-9. And so that makes a great rivalry. It's not a rival when you beat a team 90% of the time. What makes a great rival is that great back and forth. And I think Rockbridge and Helias have had that rivalry for 40 years.
So maybe, a rivalry win would definitely be some momentum for your guys, I'm guessing that.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot for the conference standings. Both teams are 3-1, and this is a really big conference game for us, as well as a really big conference game for Rockbridge. And there's always a lot on the table when you play Rockbridge. Conference standing is one of those things. So again, just a lot of respect for Coach Vanetta, a lot of respect for the program, and I know they have a lot of respect for us as well. It's been a really healthy rivalry through the years, and I really appreciate that.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too.